Cleveland, Cron, Golden State, Golden Still. Stephen Curry scored 37 points, NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant added 20 and a triple-double, and the Warriors stamped themselves a dynasty after winning their second straight title and third in 4 years Friday night, 108-85 over the Cleveland Cavaliers to complete a sweep and perhaps drive LeBron James from his home again to chase championships. Overcoming obstacles all season long, the Warriors were not going to be denied and won the fourth straight finals matchup against Cleveland with ease. Cleveland, Ohio, June 8, Kevin Durant. "This is so hard to do, and doing it 3 out of 4 years is incredible," guard Klay Thompson said. It was the first sweep in the NBA Finals since 2007, when James was dismissed by a powerful San Antonio team in his first one. His 8th straight appearance didn't go well either, and now there's uncertainty where the superstar will play next. James finished with 23 points and spent the final minutes on the bench, contemplating what went wrong and maybe his next move. Act 4 between the Warriors and Cavs featured a drama-filled and controversial Game 1. But from there on, Durant, Curry, Thompson, Draymond Green and the rest of this California crew showed why they're the game's gold standard. And they may stay that way. "Can't get enough of this feeling, so we're going to celebrate it together," Curry said, not wanting to give the Cavs or their fans any hope despite the fact that no team has ever overcome a 3-0 deficit in the NBA playoffs. The Warriors built a 9-point halftime lead when Curry ignored a closeout by James and dropped a three-pointer. Then the league's best team tightened the screws on Cleveland in the third quarter, outscoring the Cavs 25-13 and prompting Golden State fans to begin those drawn-out "Warriors" chants that provide a perfect musical accompaniment to their three-point barrages. By the start of the fourth quarter, the only question was whether Curry would win his first NBA Finals MVP or if it would go to Durant for the second year in a row. And again, it was Durant, who added 12 rebounds and 10 assists, more satisfaction and validation for a player who couldn't beat the Warriors, so he joined them. After surviving a rougher-than-usual regular season and beating top-seeded Houston in Game 7 on the road in the Western Conference Finals, the Warriors withstood an overtime scare in Game 1 and joined an elite group of teams to win multiple championships in a 4-year span. Only Bill Russell's Boston Celtics, the Showtime Lakers and the Los Angeles squad led by Kobe and Shaq, and Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls have been as dominant in such a short period of time. The Dub Dynasty. The path to this title was more precarious than the first two for coach Steve Kerr and the Warriors, who overcame injuries, expectations, a built to dethrone them Rockets team and the brilliance of James, who scored 51 points in the series opener and carried a Cavs team from the beginning of their roller coaster season until the end. It may have been the final game in Cleveland for the 33-year-old, who is expected to opt out of his $35.6 million contract for 2019 next month and become a free agent. James was pulled from the game with 4:03 left, and he slapped hands with the Warriors before heading to the bench. He plopped down in a chair and draped a towel over his broad shoulders, looking like a boxer on a corner stool. James averaged 34 points, 8.5 rebounds and 10 assists in the series, but as has been the case in the past, he didn't have enough help. Another summer of LeBron is officially underway, and there are already teams stretching from Philadelphia to Los Angeles hoping to land the three-time champion, who may have to go elsewhere to put together a cast strong enough, and as James made clear this week, smart enough, to bring down the Warriors. Right now, the Warriors are on another tier, and with Durant expected to re-sign with them in weeks and Curry, Thompson, Green and the rest still young and hungry, their reign could last much longer. Heading into the playoffs, the Warriors appeared vulnerable. There were lingering questions about Curry's sprained left knee that sidelined him for almost 6 weeks and kept him out of Golden State's first-round series against San Antonio. Curry was forced to mix and match lineups, and it became obvious the Warriors weren't going to go 16-1 and storm their way to a title like they did in 2017, when their only postseason loss came in Game 4 after the Cavs made 24 three-pointers. Curry used 27 different starting lineups during the regular season, which ended with a head-scratching 40-point loss to Utah. The Warriors began defense of their title as a no. 2 seed and their season was in serious jeopardy when they fell behind 3-2 to presumptive MVP James Harden and the Rockets. But Golden State, catching a break when Houston star guard Chris Paul was forced to sit with a hamstring injury, showed a champion's poise by winning 2 straight. That set up another reunion with James and the Cavs. Maybe the last. Tipin's Warriors. Curry made a three-pointer in his record 90th consecutive postseason game and extended his mark for threes in road playoff games to 44. Green is the only visiting player to post a triple-double in the playoffs at Quicken Loans Arena, doing so in Game 6 of the 2015 Finals. Became the 9th team to sweep a Finals and first to win consecutive titles since James did it with Miami in 2012 and 2013. Golden State has won a road game in 19 straight playoff series, tying the Heat's NBA record. With his 43-point performance in Game 3, Durant joined Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal as the only players to score at least 25 points in their first 13 Finals games. Cavaliers appeared in its 26th NBA Finals game, moving past Atlanta, St. Louis into 10th place all-time. James averaged 34 points in his 13th postseason, his second highest total. Brown out. Longtime network broadcaster Hubie Brown injured his knee while sitting courtside preparing before the game. He was treated by a medical staff on site and taken to the hospital. The 84-year-old Brown was replaced on the radio broadcast by John Barry. Brown was working his 17th NBA Finals. What others are clicking on, greater than more stories.